Welcome back to Etc. Podcast. I'm Victor here with my co-host Mark.
Yo. What's
How you
up?
feeling?
What's up?
How you feeling, Mark?
I'm feeling pretty good. Sun's out, 70 degrees.
Gotta bring the chains out. It's hot
Chains
out.
out. You got short sleeves. I mean, we always had that because we've been inside, but we ain't bring any jackets.
Ooh.
So it's feeling warm outside. It's a little windy.
It's a little too warm in here.
But yeah, in here though, it's now a little too warm. I don't know what it is with them. I don't know. They got personal fans out there. They chilling, but I'm kind of hot.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm pretty good. How are you, Victor?
I'm good. I just want to address the part where we look a little different than usual. Our studio's having some technical difficulties, and we tried. Yep, he's right there. We tried to do our best to fix it, and this is the best solution we could come up with. We're really low on resources, but make the most out of it. Y'all here to hear what we got to say, not what we look like. But I'm doing good overall. Getting ready to move on from the college and stuff and just living a good life. How about you? What's new with you?
I've been all right, originally, I was talking to you about it. I'm just trying to find a job. I'm just trying to, get that rolling, find something nice and, kind of chill out on that, It's been a while without one, so it's like, okay, trying to get in the best of the groove in it. Find a job that I like and not a job that I hate, and getting money. But,
no more McDonald's opposed to your Travis Scott Mill shirt here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's good. So, yeah, I'm just so thrown off by this.
I know. It's like, it
thing.
took, y'all don't know, but it took us at least 30 minutes. Not to mention, we were trying to find parking to get in here,
which took at least a good 15
minutes. 15, almost close to 20, and we were doing circles around the same spot
we're
4
technically
times.
running late. Then they told us that we didn't even have this room booked.
Yeah,
which bullshit.
I don't know what they're talking about. It's bullshit.
Then we come in here and this room's all there's issues going on with the equipment. We didn't have enough lights as we usually do.
Yeah, it's one light. I feel like every time I come in here, they're moving stuff. They're moving plants and tables, and it's always throwing me off. Don't like that. Don't like it.
I feel a little thrown off, and now I'm facing him, but differently, and he's to the side of me. I'm not looking over there. Whatever. We're not gonna complain about it. Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened in this past week. I sent you a little listy list. I don't know if you saw the listy list. Anything stood out to you at all?
I did. The one thing that I remember seeing the most of, compared to everything, and I feel like it's probably the most, yes, I wouldn't say controversial, but just, popular, I guess, out of all the things I saw was the whole, Asian, hate, and I just...
Yeah. The reason I wrote that down and sent it to you is because I know that... Wait, we're on 1 and 3. Let me mute. Okay. See? You saw that? You felt that?
It's like I heard.
You felt that hiss go away? So we shot an episode last week and I realized that we shot a couple episodes last week and I realized that we didn't mention it, and usually we're pretty good on top of mentioning.
What's really crazy is that before we even sent that list, I was like, for this episode, I wanted to bring that up because I remember seeing it so much and we didn't bring it up, and I was just like, that's something I want to bring up and talk about. So it's just kind of interesting, the fact that you sent that list and I saw that on there. I was like, oh, wow, well, there it is, because I was automatically going to bring it up regardless. So
yeah, so I was like, we didn't mention it. We're usually pretty on top of any wrongdoing or anything that's going on in the world, and we usually send our condolences or say what we got to say about it. For y'all that know this show, we've said it before time and time again. Y'all know how we stand on this stuff. We know that we don't condone any of this in any shape or form, no matter race, religion, sexual orientation, any of that stuff. We don't condone any type of just
not at all.
1, murder.
Yeah.
Which is what happened.
Exactly.
And 2, just any type of mistreatment in any regard in terms of that. So yeah, we feel terrible about it. We know it shouldn't have happened. But there's also a reality of the fact that this world is kind of, or at least the US is thinking, oh, we're getting out of this pandemic thing. And
definitely not.
Now that that's how we see things and we're going out more and doing more things and things are reopening, we're starting to see an issue that was a thing before the pandemic. It was probably the biggest thing before the pandemic that we kept seeing is the idea of mass shootings. And I think I've seen at least 2 or 3 since things have been starting to pick up again.
Yeah, I forget. I saw a tweet about it and it was saying oh, ever since the start of this year, and I forget how many. I want to say it was like in the 40s. And it's just things that we're not hearing about and it's not being brought up on the news. Or maybe it is, but only in those specific places and those specific states. Who knows? But yeah, it's just not really talked about. And I find it like pretty crazy. When I saw that number, I was like, really? Like I haven't even heard of anything really about it or any of them. And to see that amount of like that number, I'm just like, wow, I couldn't believe it, and I can only imagine like the lives that were lost, like because mass shooting is not just one, like, it can be multiple, who knows how many. So I just find that pretty crazy that I heard that. So
Yeah, so I've seen from like malls, and then there was like the whole thing with, I think it was a nail or a massage parlor, that the one that's been like getting the most coverage has been the mass shooting in the
yeah,
massage
that's
parlor,
why,
and
yeah.
then this asshole like piece of shit was just
Mhm.
like, oh, the reason I did it is because I'm a sex addict. And supposedly that the massage parlor he was going to that he shot up, they usually do like a little like after you're done. And
Yeah,
I guess that time he didn't get it or like whatever,
so
and that was
that's
what triggered him.
yeah,
Not the
that's
fact that he's a piece of shit or like a racist or anything.
not the fact that you're like even going to a place that, okay, yeah, it's just, I don't know, yeah, like you said, racist piece of shit, yeah. And I just find that I can only imagine, like, because like that's his temper, like he didn't get that thing, and like he's doing something like that. Like I couldn't imagine,
Yeah.
like where his head's at.
I mean, I don't believe that that's the actual reason. I think that's just what his lawyers or whatever told him to say. But
Because that, like, yeah, hearing that, that's just like that just seems like a bunch of bullshit. Like that seems like such a cop out in a sense of like, okay, yeah, this is why I did this.
it's just to
Because
plead insanity so he can get out of it.
it
That's
really
all it
doesn't
is.
make any sense to say that.
It has nothing to do with any of that. But it's not new. Like this is obviously this happened and this got a lot of like major news coverage, but it's been like a recurring theme that I've been seeing, not in the news, but at least on social media. I've seen hearing stories of like older Asian people getting assaulted and stuff like that in
Mhm.
public, and just Asian people in general. And there's surveillance footage and everything. It would be completely out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And
minding their business and stuff like
I
that
mean,
happens.
the biggest like I don't I I'm assuming that this is stemming from the whole original thing of like blaming the COVID situation on China,
Mhm.
and then just racist people just like blowing it out of proportion and attacking anybody, not even a Chinese person, just an Asian person in
Asian
general,
person, yeah.
and an older one at that, which is kind of just low to attack somebody who basically in most cases can't defend themselves to somebody who's probably like in their 30s or something like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just find that crazy, like you're saying, like the whole thing with COVID, that's kind of where I felt like a lot of it was really stemming from, in a sense of like, okay, because of the previous president we had, automatically addressed it as, for him, the Chinese virus,
The Kung Flu.
Yeah. And I'm just, because of that, hearing that, it really impacts a lot because you have somebody who's in that position with that much power. You say something like that, you're gonna now have everybody else saying it and thinking like that. And because he did that, now not just him, but now you have other people who again were, like you were saying, racist and all that. They're gonna now use that with what they say now, and it just causes more problems because now we're having issues like we are now. Not just before, but now it's just causing a bigger problem with people getting assaulted and then stuff with like shootings and yeah.
Yeah. It's fucked up. I just felt like
Yeah.
it would be wrong if we didn't mention it.
Hmm.
We've been very vocal about like issues in the African American community or like just the black community in general, and to not mention like the
Yeah.
Asian hate or anything. That we've mentioned stuff in the Middle East before and anything wrong really. So anytime we see something wrong, we're gonna speak on it. And if we forget to, it's just generally because we forgot to, and we'll do it when we remember clearly. Um,
Yeah. Just don't don't cause anybody, problems or hate just because of like, where they come from. And you don't even like you could literally not even know. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just that idea of like why go through all of that and you don't even know their background or where they come from or who they are, just because you see or you think, you see somebody who I guess Chinese, but it's really like Asian in general. Like don't assault anybody. Don't do anything like that. It's just not right.
Forget race or don't assault anybody. Period.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Also, like, no matter what race, just race or anybody, just don't do that.
99.9% of the time, it's never worth it.
Nah.
And that point 1, okay, have at it.
At point one, it just better be like a legitimate reason. I guess.
I was gonna say I saw one the other day. I forgot what it was exactly, but it was a video of some guy like confronting basically like a child molester. And I didn't see the whole video, but like from what I saw of it, like the couple seconds. So it's like the guy coming up with his phone, like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing here? What's your intention? Basically, like to catch a predator type shit. And the guy's in a car, but the car is like super small and it's designed like something, I forget, but it's something so dumb. Like it's just like a cartoon or something stupid. It doesn't make sense. And it just stood out to me. That in that instance, I'd fuck somebody up. Because they deserve it. They didn't get enough of it. So they have to.
Yeah.
And then they can have therapy afterward or whatever the fucked up shit they got going on.
No, yeah. Because I feel like at that point, if you can see it clear as day and you know what that person's doing, do it. Because you might, like I said, like the whole like 1%, like 0.1%, like that assault thing, like that idea might be bad. But if you think about it in a way, like you're saving
somebody else,
so many other people, who knows, and it sucks that if it already happened or something before, but it's like, we got to think like we don't want it to happen at all anymore. So
yeah, send a message.
Send a message.
Yeah, nice one.
Tony's going to be looking out for you.
Oh, man. Joe, did you this? I know this is so out of context. Did you see the shit that happened with Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yes. Wait, don't say it. It was shrimp, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. Not to go away from this Asian hate thing is terrible, and I'm sorry.
Yes, for sure.
But what the fuck was that?
I have no idea. How does that even happen?
Who was having like
they was eating that shrimp fried rice.
Yeah, like who? But not. It was like the whole thing.
It was the whole thing. So I got. What would they?
But whatever, like they were eating some type of
they
like
had
food.
to eat some type.
They were
of food
on their break just
husky.
packaging freaking Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like who did that?
They said,
and it was cooked. It's not like it was a raw one.
Yeah,
it was cooked. Like it was in a platter.
You know what's crazy? And I remember reading this is that like if you have, like it could be anything, whether if it's cereal or you have like a pack of like Oreos or anything like that, like there's a number you can call the company if there's issues with stuff like that. Like say if you get a pack of Oreos and there's one cookie that doesn't have frosting in it, you can call them and they'll send you like almost like a lifetime of like fucking Oreos. So I can only imagine. I hope that person did it. Yo, all that Cinnamon Toast Crunch, bro, you set for
living.
Especially it was blatant as day. Like that wasn't even anything that had to do with the cereal. Like there wasn't any sugar.
Yeah, like it's not like it was like you found a Lucky Charming and shit. Like
exactly.
it was a fucking shrimp.
There's something
like,
completely different in my box.
It's like, yo, there's a flounder in my bag. Like, why?
They're like, oh, that's just the new toys we're setting in for this.
Yeah, like you sent me a pet. Like,
here's a shrimp. We hope that you had an aquarium and you were able to put it in your water. But
like, damn, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Was it General Mills? General Mills stepping up their game with the prizes.
Exactly. But yeah, that person's probably set if they did that because you can have.
That was my bad. We were freaking out about this earlier, like trying to figure out what was wrong. So I messed around with a lot of stuff. So I was trying to fix it,
bro.
I turned this volume down.
I was so lost.
I'm deaf.
I was like, what's happening?
Am I passing out? Yo, have you seen? I'm sorry, we're gonna keep talking about Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but have you seen the TikToks of the guy? His whole joke is like talking about when in Endgame when Thanos snapped. He's like, oh, like but the Avengers lost. Have you seen those? There'll be regular shit like, oh, like when your food finally comes at the restaurant, but the Avengers lost. It's like, oh my god, it's like and he just falls. He just straight up.
Oh, the waiter.
No, like the guy, like it's like a first person view, like it's like the camera's on his chest basically, and they'd be like, oh, like here's your food, and then he'd be like, oh my god, finally,
and then it disappears.
Just faints.
Oh yeah, you can.
And he uses that same joke like over and over, but it's so funny to me.
Yeah, you could do that with anything.
He's like reaching out, but he falls.
What the one? And I'm not seeing it anymore, but the one TikTok I remember seeing a lot is when I think it's his TikToks, but it's a black guy, and he's basically at first it's something very sexual of something very random. So it'll be like a plant. And the person will put like their finger in it, and you'll see like, it'll be very inappropriate. But then he's like, when it goes back to him, he's like sweating and he's just like, he's like, sir, he's like, yeah, can I get that? Can I get that? But I don't know why, but I would see that TikTok so many times, but it'll be of different things. And I'm just like, how do you think of something
Bro,
like
you,
that?
you know who did that for a little bit? It was a couple years ago. But you know what, there was like a common thing that I kept seeing that on? You know, like the singer, like Miguel, the
Yeah.
singer? He kept doing that for like a month. Like he would like, I guess it was like certain artists that were doing this, like genuine artists, like they take photography and like do all this stuff
Mhm.
and like real life art. So, and he would repost them, but it would be like somebody would have like what's like a tangerine or like a peach, and they would cut it open and it would look like a vagina, and they would pour like honey on it, and then they would go and like finger it. I'm
That's
trying to
just
think
weird.
what the fruit is, but it's like I think like a grapefruit.
Grapefruit?
Yes, I think it was a grapefruit sliced in half. And you know how, like oranges, they kind of have like when you get to the center, it'll have
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part.
yeah.
So like the way it was cut, it like genuinely looked like a cooch.
Not a
And
cooch.
and like the person will film themselves like fingering it, would be like honey cut like over it, and like it would be very sexual. And he will post them all the time,
He wild.
like every day for a little bit. And then now recently his thing is post. Like, he has this book with like sex positions. It's like a book called like Sex Position of the Day, and it'll be like some wild shit. Not even wild, but it'll just be so like, why would you like? It would take too much to do this in a real sexual setting.
Let me find out one of y'all watching is actually buying that.
I'd buy the book.
It'd be interesting to buy.
But the fruit shit and all that,
the fruit stuff is a little wild, a little too far. And I'm just like, I don't know.
it just made me uncomfortable.
I would just think that
It's like it's fruit, bro. Like how
Yeah.
horny are you?
yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, Earth, Mother Nature, she makes
It's
it.
beautiful.
It's beautiful, but it's like,
But that wasn't that. Like somebody like cut up a grapefruit,
you going out of your way.
got a bottle of honey, and then started fingering it, and then your hands are just like,
Like, could you
bro. You ever?
do you imagine like you're recording yourself and you're done and you're just like, what have I done?
Like,
what have I done?
why?
What have I done?
And what cracks me, like, if you ever worked with like not worked, but like used honey or syrup,
Sticky.
you could be as clean as you can. Somehow syrup gets somewhere on you. Bro, I could wipe down the bottle of Aunt Jemima,
Aunt Jemima.
clean it up, pour the syrup so neatly, and I make sure nothing gets anywhere. And then after I'm done eating, my hand, like there's not a lot, but it'll just be like
Somehow.
in a crevice.
It'd be a crazy.
or something. You just be like, yo, like why? I was so careful, and I
I was
still
so
have syrup
careful.
on me.
now.
Imagine doing that
I'm
on
sticky.
purpose. You know what's another one where I promise we're gonna get back to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There's another video or trend I've been seeing where like people go and eat like wings or like nachos, and like they'll purposely get really dirty.
Oh yeah.
And then they just dap each other up. Like, bro, like it looked like they dipped their hand in the nacho cheese thing or like in a thing of barbecue sauce, and they'd be like, yo, like that shit was busting, right? And be like, yeah, that shit was busting. They just do all that hand shit.
I feel like I've seen that, and I feel like I had a conversation with somebody about that, and somebody was like, "Oh, what? Oh, I remember. Yeah." So I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were saying how the fact that like it shouldn't matter, like not that shit. Okay, no, let me hold up, I'm getting to it. They were basic. Oh, sorry. No, that was me. Basically saying like when you're eating, in a sense, like if it's a type of food that's gonna be messy, it's like almost as in like just get as messy as possible. In a sense, like it doesn't matter because you're eating. And I'm just like, when I eat wings, like I know sometimes you use your hands, but like I feel like why try so hard to get like I get it, you're gonna have to get in there.
It should
but
not. All right, I understand. Messy food is messy food.
Messy food is messy food.
The sauce should not pass your fingers if you're eating wings. One.
That's what I'm saying.
And if your face, it should not pass like here.
But that's what I'm saying. The person's argument was saying like, oh, it shouldn't matter. Like you're gonna get messy regardless, so why not? Just
no,
because they were also saying that when you're not thinking about it and you're just kind of like going in, you're just like it's more like you're enjoying the food, and it kind of puts more enjoyment to
But
the
there's-
food when you're not thinking about, oh, I should be like as clean as possible, which I guess I understand.
But we're adults. We can keep it to
Exactly.
a minimum. We're not fucking toddlers. We're not like you ever see like a toddler with like a tablet or some shit.
Yeah.
They be eating like apples with peanut butter, and somehow their forearm has
Their
peanut butter on it, and they're
forearm,
still
under their
wiping on the
feet
screen, all
somehow.
fucking nasty. We're not like yo, like we're of age, we're old enough.
Yeah.
We don't have to get that far. The videos I've been seeing, they'll be no joke. I'm not like saying it for like to be
Yeah.
funny. Nacho cheese down here, and it'll be like around,
Like, yo, bro.
like not like a drip. Around their arm, they'll have barbecue sauce or nacho cheese, and then they'll shake hands and spread it.
Bro, they said, yo.
And even sometimes the people recording, they be like, oh, when they shaking hands and shit, like this shit's
They
so
said,
nasty.
yo, when you make those nachos, make sure when you put the cheese on it that like my arm is in the food already, and then just drop all the cheese.
Yeah, like they put their hand in the
They put
tray.
it in the tray,
and
and
said,
like,
"Serve
okay,
my
now make
nachos,
it. Now
bro."
make it right now. Please do it. But
Have you ever? No, I lied. I'm not even gonna ask that question. What came to mind was like, have you ever had like good nachos? But yes, I've had good nachos. I was
Yes.
gonna say, but like movie
Yes.
theater nachos and shit like that, usually like stale and like the cheese is nasty. But like
the
some,
nachos be the cheese be super stiff.
but
in
like
movie theaters.
some Cheesecake Factory nachos. Have you ever had them?
No.
You haven't had them, bro? On God, bro. I'm taking, huh?
I just feel like, damn. I'm like, you never had them? Damn, I'm
nah,
sorry.
bro,
Has everybody else had them?
Cheesecake Factory, if you're watching this, I'm gonna make this a clip on TikTok. If you want to sponsor us, please do. Because of quarantine, I'm so upset that I usually go I used to go pretty often.
I know you do. I know you do.
I used to go pretty often. I used to go either with friends or my family. I miss going inside. Like I purposely have not ordered it out. I want to eat inside a Cheesecake Factory because I miss it because their menu's fucking long as shit.
It
And I
is.
try something new every time and I love it. But the point is, summer's coming, so we could probably do outdoor dining. I will take you to Cheesecake Factory because we've been talking about this for a while. And I want you to get the factory nachos so you can try them.
He taking me out.
I think they're the best like fast food, I guess, or like chain place nachos that I've had.
Interesting.
Because it's like a plate like this big, tortilla, like fresh tortilla.
Tortilla.
Then they got the
Okay,
cheeses.
tortilla.
You could choose my family does it usually on the side because my mom's picky, but you can have it on top where it's just like the guac and the sour cream
no,
and the
everything
tomatoes
going on
and the
top, bro.
jalapenos.
And I'm dabbing you up when I had that joint in my arm,
that shit gonna
bro.
be
That shit gonna
bussin'.
bussin', bro. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna dab the waiter up too, a waitress. It don't matter, yo. We getting in that joint. But like when I think of Cheesecake Factory, I don't think of nachos. That's why I think it's pretty funny.
I don't know what this.
That's why when you said Cheesecake Factory, I'm like, is he thinking the right place?
Have you gone since my family has taken you?
Yes, I've gone.
I was about to say.
no, I've definitely gone before.
Because that was a good night.
But like, when I mean to tell you, like, Cheesecake Factory is just not on the list of places I go to eat. It just isn't. And it's not that I don't like it, not that I don't want to. It's just not something I think of. And not to mention, they're not like locally around.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta
now that I live in
kinda
Jersey, it's a lot easier for me.
Yeah, and you kind of got to go out your way a little bit if you're in Philly to go to one. There's one downtown, and then there's one. Is there another one in Philly I'm thinking of?
No. There's
No.
one in Willow Grove.
Okay, yeah. I know there is one downtown, and I passed it like last week, and it's like literally like on the second floor.
Every time I would go, I have to go to Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
Like it just works out that
And
way.
it's just easier, yeah.
Mm.
But then
Sorry.
because first of all, everybody knows the one in Cherry Hill, and everybody knows they know them all in Cherry Hill. It's a common spot. So when you ever go, no matter what time, that joint is packed,
yeah.
packed. So
I've
it's
yet
hard.
as many times I've gone, I've yet to have their breakfast. I heard their breakfast is
they
good.
have breakfast, like what
Yeah,
the
but they have
fuck?
they have a brunch menu.
Yo,
They have a brunch menu. That's why. I'm telling you, Cheesecake Factory, if you want to sponsor us. I'm not even a big cheesecake person. I just recently got into cheesecake, and I'm not
Me
even that
too.
crazy about
Me
it.
too.
But
Pretty good.
yeah, bro, this food's good. My
believe
family will
it.
order it every time. Like we would go in there, like the nachos, because that's what they
Mhm.
like. But like whenever I like go by myself with
Ooh.
somebody like a friend or whatever, I would like get something different. Because like when I eat with my family, I can't eat different.
I said, like, why are you ordering it?
I mean, unless it's like my entree, but like anything else outside of that,
Why do I feel like I went out with you somewhere else with your family?
to eat
I
dinner.
did.
Where?
It was your dad's birthday, I think.
Where did we go?
I can't remember, bro, but it was a place we were sitting in the corner spot of the fucking restaurant. I remember this. Oh my God. And your brother came late, and then he ended up coming through.
Did we go to Outback?
I think so.
I think it was for my birthday. I think it was for my
so it was
birthday.
your birthday. Okay. I remember. And I was just like, yo, that was a good time too. It was pretty fun.
See, my family's fun. My family's nice.
They're always fun. They're always fun. I'm just like, for some reason it hit me. I'm like, I know I went somewhere else with you to eat dinner. And I'm like, I just couldn't remember the occasion, but I remember everybody was there. And then your brother came in late. And I was just like, I think it's because he was working. and that's why.
This comment of my brother.
But I feel like he was working. That's why.
Yeah.
So I was just like, that's the only reason why I remember it. It was pretty fun time.
Yeah. Now, when the world reopens and we get vaccinated and shit, have you gotten your second one yet?
Nah, yeah, I'm going Sunday.
Sunday, okay, it's lit. So
Sunday.
once we get vaccinated and the world reopens, bro, we live in life. We're not taking this shit for granted no more because this shit turned on us too quick.
It did, but I mean, it's definitely getting there.
I feel like I gotta watch my posture now that we getting this weird side angle. I'm like,
but I feel like it's getting there because it gave me more like, I wouldn't say confidence, but more reassurance when I went to get the first shot and I saw how many people were there. I was like, okay, it seems like people are they understanding and they seem concerned. You know, it's not like, oh, I only saw like a batch of maybe like 50 people. You know, like I could see gaps. Like there was a good amount of people where it was like covered. I couldn't really see gaps. So I was like, okay, seems pretty, you know, like we're getting it done. So
yeah. So from there, we're gonna start going out to eat more. We're gonna get the gang back together.
Yes.
We're gonna start hanging out again like normal folk.
Folks chilling, getting the barbecue.
But back to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, what would your reaction be?
I wouldn't be able to believe it at first. I will look around like, does somebody have shrimp? Like,
yeah, like. But what it seems like is that was like their first open.
Yeah, because it like looked like it
was full and shit.
Yeah, it was full, and yeah, like I don't know. It looked like that must have even been at the top of the box too. Like it wasn't like in the bottom.
Or it was just like along the plastic, and they saw it, and they were like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Before I eat it.
Yeah, yeah, you would definitely spot that out because that, like you said, it was a full shrimp. So there's no way you would not be able to see that, you know, as soon as you
somebody had to get fired. I mean, unless they haven't figured it out yet, but somebody has to get fired.
Yeah, they would have to.
That's gonna cost, bro. It seems funny, but like in all reality, it's gonna cost them a lot of money.
Yeah, because say if that person ate it and didn't know and they choked,
yeah, or not even that, but just the idea of like, oh, like that's what happens. Like you know what's gonna happen. Like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you know what happens with them. And like that brand's gonna fuck them up.
That brand's gonna fuck them. Not to mention too, like besides choking, imagine if somebody was like allergic.
And yeah, like and like highly. So even the idea of that touching all of it, it would be like bad for them. So and some people get really allergic to shellfish and stuff like that.
I still love you, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but you gotta, you know, keep your man in line. Yeah, keep your people in line.
I've been on record for a long time that saying that I'm not that big of a cinnamon toast person. So I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so.
Don't listen to everybody. All Cinnamon Toast Crunch gang.
My Captain Crunch, my Fruity Pebbles ain't never do nobody.
You like Captain Crunch?
You don't like Captain Crunch?
Not really.
The fuck? Cut the camera sign out.
Not really.
I take back my Cheesecake Factory date with you.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was just joking.
Bro, I feel like we've had cereal episodes before. We talked about this. And you never said you didn't like Captain Crunch.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just not my choice. I had it one time. So, okay. So what do you get it with the marshmallows, right? Like, no. Right?
No.
Because I don't think I got it, the one with the marshmallows. And I just
Are you sure you're talking about Captain Crunch?
Yes. I am. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because I remember I got a box and it didn't have it. And it was just the regular, you know, or maybe it's the ones what I'm talking about, like with the berries, like, you know, like.
Yeah, because there's Captain Crunch, which is just the little yellow things.
Yeah.
And there's berries. And then they have a peanut butter one.
So I didn't get it with the berries. It was just the regular one.
Yes.
And I was when I ate it, I just felt like it. I don't know. There's that taste just didn't hit me. Like
what?
I felt like it was too much.
Too much what? Goodness?
Yeah, I just felt like it was just too overwhelming. Just that taste. But like
that's wild.
I don't know. Like I'm not gonna say I don't like it.
But Cinnamon Toast Crunch doesn't do that to you?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You know, y'all didn't see it, but this man looked at me up and down really fast. I got really disrespected him. He said,
"The fuck you say?
The fuck you say?
You grab my set, bro. My big C's over here."
But like I will say for sure, and I don't know if Captain Crunch did the same thing to me. I can't remember. Like I said, I only had it that really one time in a while, so I don't know. But I definitely the last time I had, was it that? No, I don't think so. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch definitely fucks at the top of your mouth.
I knew he was gonna say that, and I will agree. It's just a price you pay for the goodness. You know, it's another cereal that does it. I don't know if you eat this, Cookie Crisps.
I do. It
Crisp.
does it. It does.
Them little fucking chocolate chips on the cookie.
does.
It's like fucking
It's
knives.
like bricks on that thing.
They
Like
put razor blades on these.
I don't know
cookies.
why, but it is. And yeah, I agree. It does the same thing. And I try hard to not do that. Like I'll try to put it to the side of my mouth to like, actually bite down and crunch it. But somehow at the end of it, I'm just feeling like, damn, what happened to the top of my mouth?
Say the name of the cereal.
Cookie Crisp.
Okay, you got it. For me, I'm like Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp. Cookie.
Say it plural.
All right, so now you got the spotlight. Cookie Crisp. Crisps.
See, it's
You
hard.
got to do it though, because you can't say the P and the S without it's being
Cookie
separate.
Crisp.
Cookie Crisp. I feel like you don't need to.
But there's
Crisp.
multiple crisps.
Crisp.
There's more than one
Crisp.
crisp in Cookie Crisps.
I feel like you just keep that S before the P, and you just people Cookie Crisp. Like
But it's like, give me a bowl of Frosted Flakes. Give me a bowl of Fruit Loops. Give me a bowl of Cookie Crisp.
give me Cookie Crisp. I don't know.
Cookie Crisps.
I'm like maybe. I'm trying to think of all the other cereals. Like yeah, they definitely have it plural to the point where it's
Well,
like,
if you say a bowl of Frosted Flake, it makes sense because it's a bowl with a bunch of Frosted Flakes in them. You know?
no.
Yeah, because it's one bowl.
A bowl.
Give
I
me
get
a bowl.
a
not
bowl makes sense because
So you don't say the
you're talking
plural.
about the bowl, but when
Eh.
you're talking about Frosted Flakes,
If you say give me some Frosted Flakes, you have to say multiple because not somehow be an asshole and give you one flake. If you say give me a bowl of Frosted Flake, an entire bowl with Frosted Flakes
but
in
see,
them.
I think this is the issue: is that regardless, the name of it is plural, so it's like it's not.
Well, it's the same for Cookie Crisps.
That's what I'm saying. So the issue is the fact that it's always been plural. Like the way the name is, it's just plural. Like that's how you say it. Almost like you're always gonna have like a pair of pants, But I feel like I said, it's that idea that it's plural. Like no matter like a pair of pants. It's just like that's how it is.
Yeah,
You
so
can't
I think
change
we're
it.
going too deep into this at this point.
Conspiracy theories.
And we're running out of time, so I'll close out with this. Did you see what Burger King did?
No. Wait. No. I feel like I did if you say it.
Whoever works at Burger King needs to be fired. So I think it's So March is Women's History Month.
Oh.
Awesome. Right after Black History Month. Beautiful thing. Shout out to all my women.
I love y'all.
I love women.
I love women.
But they tweeted out, so word for word, this was in support of Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They tweeted out, women belong in the kitchen.
All right, I already stopped there.
That's all they said.
Oh, that was it?
That was it. That was the tweet.
There.
I might be off in a couple other words, but it was said, women belong in the kitchen. To which people were like, Burger King, what the fuck? And then they tweeted again and said, if they want to.
Oh, that really saved them.
Delete the tweet and retweet and resend it out. I know what you meant, Burger King, but that sounded awful. Who wrote that up and just said send?
Wait, what do you think they meant?
It's Women's History Month. So the idea
Okay.
was them trying to say that like,
They belong.
so obviously the whole overarching idea is that women should be able to have basically any job that they want, regardless of gender. There's no like certain jobs that pertain to certain genders.
Mhm.
One thing that I always hear about the like cooking and like restaurant industry or like stuff like that is
Is
similar
that-
to like nursing. But what I'm trying to say is that women, it's a common thing of like to be sexist to be like, oh, like women belong in the kitchen. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, go make me a sandwich, like stupid shit like that. But in a professional level, or at least I don't know if it's better now, but a huge percentage of chefs are men,
Oh no, yeah.
and
yeah.
head of kitchens
Usually
and restaurants are
yeah,
men.
when it comes to those high-end restaurants. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So and being a chef in general, so they were kind of like, I guess, coming at that and saying women belong in the kitchen as like leaders and chefs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Same way of like, oh, like I forgot what show it was. I think it was WandaVision. You might be able to know what I'm talking about. Where I think it was WandaVision. They were talking to some female character or women character in the show,
Mhm.
where they did something and they were like, oh, like you're really smart. You're really good at this. You would make a great nurse.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't remember the exact scene. And
But they were, but then
yeah,
even in the show, like they added like a laugh track because like, why couldn't you say doctor? And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
this is
yeah,
back
yeah.
when like it was early on in the show when they were still back in that time
Yeah.
frame when
Okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking the right thing because I'm like that sounds like it was something like in the very earlier of the show when I heard that part.
so similar kind of like similar idea there where it's
Mhm.
just like, all right, so why just because she's a
She's
woman,
a
she
woman.
couldn't
Why
be a
couldn't she be a
doctor or she couldn't be
doctor?
a
Why
chef.
does it just stop at nurse?
Yeah.
That type of thing.
So they were kind of addressed, at least from my perspective, and I hope this is what they meant. They didn't mean that women belong in the kitchen in a fucked up way.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that that's what their intentions were.
Or there's just some
Sexist asshole
sexist
behind
asshole
this
that was
Burger
there.
King social media
He
account.
somehow got that account really quick and was like,
Send.
send this thing out.
But then they corrected themselves, and that's what ended up happening. If I was them, like, yo, I got hacked.
That has to be what it is though, because like I said, like you said, like if it was you know, like if it was like on purpose for them to mean that way, then they, like you said, they fixed. They were like, oh, if they want. But if it was by accident, then their next move should have just been to say sorry and apologize.
Yeah.
So that I feel like it was on purpose to say that, and they could have went with it a lot better. But
They should have been like, I got hacked, or like my cousin took my phone.
right, my bad, it wasn't me.
My cousin took my phone. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, he's just joking. I don't really like you like that.
McDonald's took my phone.
Right. Wendy's always playing, yo.
That shit. That was bad, bro.
Yeah.
During Women's History Month,
They thought it was a bright idea.
I already don't eat there.
Yeah.
They fucked up even worse. I don't know who the fuck is keeping Burger King open because every time I drive past one, the shit is around the block. The line's around the block. Why?
I don't know.
Unless you're getting chicken fries, don't talk to me.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. The other day I was like, bro, I kind of want to try their burger.
Bro, you on strike 2. You going for 3 right now.
What are you talking about, bro?
First the nachos, then the Captain Crunch.
Bro, I just didn't know. I just didn't know about the nachos. The Captain Crunch, that's just my opinion, bro. I'm sorry. I'll take that strike. I don't care. I'll take the strike. But the nachos, that's not on me. I just didn't know. I don't go there enough. I'm sorry, Mr. Cheesecake Factory man. I'm sorry. All right. But, Captain Crunch had to let go. But the only reason why is because from when I was very little and my mom took me there one time, I had a burger. I was like, that shit's garbage. Like, it really just made me turn on that thing. Like, since I was so little.
The
But I
sesame
haven't.
seed bun.
Yeah. Like it was just, I'm like, bro, no other place does this. What are y'all trying to do? Like, I get y'all trying to be different, but like,
Have you had Five Guys yet?
nope.
I gotta take your ass to there too.
I've not had Five Guys. Sorry. Just never.
It's okay. I already knew about that one, so that's not a strike.
But yeah, since I was little, I just had that issue with them. And I was like, I'd never want to eat there again. But, seeing it now and just seeing how my taste buds developed, I'm like, I feel like, let me just see. Maybe that one was just bad. And again, even if it's like better than that one I had before, I'm still never gonna like frequently eat there. I just
What
want to
if it blows
see.
your mind?
It's not. I can promise you, it's not. It's
You
not.
seen them commercials, bro? They be
I
so
see
blown
it.
away.
They be so blown away. I just want to see that. I just want to see the king. That's all I really want to go there for. But yeah, I feel like it won't blow my mind. But I just low key want to see like if it changed or maybe it's exactly the same. Maybe I was right. But that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because I've been to literally every other like fast food place multiple times, but Burger King is the one place I know like I never really went there a lot. Like when I went there before, it was probably to get like, the chicken fingers, like all the time. But then one time I was like, as a young boy, I thought it was cool as shit. Let me get a burger. Completely the worst decision I ever made in my life. Like it just threw me away. I was like, yeah, what am I doing trying to be a grown up? Like, come on, let's just chill out. So yeah. I don't know, but I kind of want to just see and just,
Fair enough.
be disgusted.
At your own risk.
Yeah.
When was the last time I ate it? Like last summer, I think, with Quentin for a mukbang video for the channel.
What'd you get?
Huh?
What'd you get?
We got like all the new items. I forget what it was. It was just a bunch of shit that like they came out with during that time.
The only other thing I
Remember when they was coming out with new items like every day? Like they was dropping
True.
shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Another place that's doing that crazy and it's kind of freaking me out, and I'm a little worried about them is Taco Bell.
But they've been doing that.
They have.
They've
but
been
it's
coming
getting
out
to
with
the
like a
point
double
where-
Frito, Dorito Locos Taco, fried chalupa, and a double box.
It's boxed in another box.
Yeah, like
I've never seen it before.
they be having like 12 boxes at a time, and then they never sell them. If you go to a Taco Bell in the hood, they never have them. I remember I almost fought a drive-through lady on Broad Street because she had the worst, mustiest attitude after I got off work. I'm like, yo, I just want to try this new chalupa box because it actually looked good. And I said like 5 different boxes and they ain't have them.
I'm not gonna lie, that's so true. It's like whenever they come out with a new item, you go there to get it and they never have it. And I'm like, why are these commercials in my state if you're not gonna sell them? Why?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Why is it in my city? Don't extend this commercial to my TV if I can't get it.
All these new chalupa boxes, they got the same Baja Blast since 2010. Like
I don't know what I keep seeing. It's the new or I think it's back. I don't know. It's
it's either new or it came back.
The new or it came
know.
back. I don't know, but it's something. I keep seeing the commercial every time because I'm fucking on Hulu and ads. But fucking yeah, it's something that's new, and I think it's like quesadilla something or queso chalupa. I think that's what it. I think it's queso chalupa. I think it is a queso
chalupa.
I think it's something like that. And
bro,
like,
the one that I had was so gross. We gonna end this soon because we going really crazy on time.
And I hate the fact that like it looks so good in commercials, and when you get it, it's like wrapped up terribly.
And then the wrap is clear because there's so much grease.
Exactly.
I got this one chalupa. Every time it's a chalupa, I swear to God.
Chalupas, man.
But it was a chalupa. But then the outside layer, I think it was fried or something like that, and it had a layer of cheese fried onto it.
Yeah. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
And I ate that shit, and it was greasy as fuck. And I probably slept so good that night because I was so tired from eating that bullshit. But I ate the whole box. But like, I'm like, yo, I know this ain't good for you, but I just worked like a 9-hour shift after going to class for another 8 hours. I need a chalupa box. I need to give myself a treat.
And you know what? That's where their audience is. To kids,
bro, on God,
and go to school.
I went to class from 8 a.m. to 3 o'clock, college campus in North Philly, to then go to work to 3 to like 11, to then walk home and shit. Bro, I was like, yo, I need something. Yeah. I don't smoke and I don't drink like that, so I need something.
You're there.
I'm their target audience. Tired college kids.
Yep, you're gonna see him in the next commercial.
Yeah. But all right, we're gonna get out of here before we start pushing our episodes again.
I never had one of those boxes.
The fuck? Yo, let's get out of here before he clears out another one of my strikes. Mark, where can they find you, bro?
Find me Instagram at ETC Marky Mark, Twitter at Marky Mark, Twitch MC Marky Mark. Victor, where can they find you and etc. at?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Twitch at ET. I'm gonna tell you in a second at ETC Victor. Etc. stuff is also on TikTok. Basically, all social media platforms. Look up ETC Victor. I'll be there with praying hands emojis as my emoji. And etc. stuff is real etc. on everything. Our email is real.etc@gmail.com. I'm gonna say this off camera. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Anything you want to say, Mark?
We love the support we've been given.
Yes, it's been so amazing. I haven't felt this good since we did the merch.
True.
A lot of people, and not even like people we know, just strangers telling us that we're doing a great job. We appreciate each and one of you. I had somebody in my Twitch stream pop in today and tell me like, yo, like the amount of work and like quality you have on your stuff is like really good, and like keep doing what you're doing, and like it's way too high quality for where you're at right now. I'm like, you're gonna make me cry on stream. But yeah, we appreciate all of that, and we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.